Now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for attending today's webinar presented by Ferguson, Air Cold, and Day and Night. You guys, I'm very excited to be here and be able to assist in bringing some information to you that's going to be extremely valuable for you and your entire company as far as how to market your business digitally. We will touch on different topics. I'm going to go through a presentation today that's going to really outline what you can expect from the training program. So I'm Jennifer Bagley, CEO of CI Web Group, the preferred digital marketing agency for Ferguson. And this training is really kind of an overview, a 60,000-foot view of what you should keep in mind and things to avoid, things not to forget ever when it comes to marketing your business, generating new customers in the form of new opportunities, referral business, repeat business, and so forth. So that being said, I'm going to go through just a quick introduction and let you know a little bit about the CI Web Group team.
I went with CI Web Group because I felt comfortable with them. When you talk to Jennifer or you talk to any of the staff, you can really feel that they know what they're talking about, and that's really important.
The CI Web just will hold your hand through the whole process, and they're very efficient and they're very effective.
The nice thing about CI Web Group is they're 100% turnkey.
When they've gone above and beyond for us, and we're excited to work with them. We're excited to take this thing to the next level, and they're helping us do that.
The people that I was dealing with, they know HVAC.
It's very helpful to have somebody that knows the HVAC business.
Miraculously, we went from a flat line to first, second, and third on most of the pages.
They understand what we need to do to move forward and to get the business.
We went from not existing on the internet whatsoever to actually getting ranking in first and second page in a matter of 2 months.
From the perspective of in dealing with a web company, it's been really well run and very easy to get it developed and get it out there.
They have captured just about everything that I want to promote and to project about my company. CI Web is fantastic. They have literally turned my business around.
I think the website looks absolutely amazing. Total professional website. If you go and you look at the competitors, ours is definitely better.
I highly recommend have a sit down with the CI Web Group, and I think you'll be more than pleasantly surprised.
They really did a good job of making the whole package happen.
When it comes to choosing someone who's going to do your advertising, really take a look at CI Web Group and make sure that your money is going to be well spent.
The thing I like about CI Web Group is they've done what they said they were going to do.
I took advantage of signing up for their free consultation on what I had right now and where they could bring me. I was pleasantly surprised.
And I would really advise any HVAC company to use them at some level, or at least look into using them.
And I have been blown away. These folks are fantastic.
All right, you guys. Next thing, real quick, I just want to highlight a couple of our team members so you get an idea of who we are. CI Web Group is in 4 countries. And in the United States, we stretch everywhere from Seattle, Washington to Buffalo, New York, down to Texas, and kind of everywhere in the middle. So we've got an incredible team, but let me go through just a quick introduction on that. All right, you guys. So just wanted to give a quick introduction so you know a little bit about who we are and what our makeup is as far as our team goes. Just introduce you to a handful of people, very talented family members here at CI Web Group. Now, that being said, this is really all about you. When it comes to digital marketing, when it comes to marketing your business, things have changed. My guess is if I asked a group of you if you are interested in being in business 1,000 days from now, you're probably going to say yes, and we have an entirely new world approaching us. As I'm sure all of you have noticed, technology has drastically changed the way that people communicate, do research, make buying decisions. In fact, we are in a world at this very moment where when I stand up in front of an audience of 1,000 or 5,000 consumers and I ask them, would you trust your mother's referral or would you trust Google reviews? If you are hiring an HVAC company, over 60% of the audience is now saying they'll take their mom's referral out of courtesy. However, they're going to check Google reviews, they're going to check online, they're going to evaluate the website, and they're going to make a decision based on what a lot of people say about your business before they actually move forward. The challenge with being able to argue that fact is you don't know who actually came to your site and didn't contact you. And that's the challenge, is it's this kind of black hole of information that you don't know. Now, our education series that we've launched with Ferguson is incredible. We're going to be focusing on how to increase leads and new sales, how to improve operational efficiencies. Technology is just not about generating new business, but we've got to have more profitable operations. The way to do that is to automate, get rid of those duplicate processes and efficiencies and so forth to be able to automate our business. So we require less resources to get a better job done. And so we'll be talking about how to make sure that your technology is not only growing your business, but also improving you operationally so that you can increase overall profit margins and your bottom line. Also, we'll focus on how to increase referrals and conversions. There's, this is this entire process, there's thousands of things we should be addressing. So really the goal is to help you do the right things in the right order at the right time. That takes a bit of knowledge, a lot of experience, and research. It's one package does not fit all. So improve your brand positioning. Are you building a brand? I see too many situations where I've got an HVAC company that their trucks look different than their logos. Their shirts are a different color blue than their website. Their business cards don't match their website or their trucks or their logo. We got to get consistency. You guys, you've got to have a branding guideline. It starts with your website and spreads out from there. And that consistency is going to help you build a brand. What do you stand for? How are you different? Everything's not about just putting a piece of equipment up on a site and saying we do HVAC and calling it a day. We've got to build a unique brand proposition or a unique value proposition, a unique selling proposition to be able to make you stand out from the rest and allow people to become attached to your brand. And then how to leverage technology to build your business. So you guys, if you think about McDonald's, how did McDonald's start? Where did they put, if you look at McDonald's and how they started their chain, where did they physically put the majority of those big, giant golden arches? They put them on exits, you guys. They put them on exits on the freeway. Why did they do that? Because they had the highest volume of potential traffic and people being able to see the golden arches to be able to come in and purchase a cheeseburger. Okay? Well, in our world, what is your superhighway today? Where is everybody? Where are their eyeballs? Where do you have the greatest opportunity of being seen? And it basically boils down to one primary superhighway, and that is the internet. So we've got to get with the program. We have an entire audience of consumers that are way ahead of us as dealers, way ahead of the manufacturers, way ahead of the distributors, and you guys are in a really good position. Ferguson and Air Cooled and Day and Night have came together to help you accelerate your results by providing training programs, dealer marketing programs, dealer education programs that are much more advanced than the rest of the manufacturers and distributors out there. They're giving you an opportunity to truly put a well thought out, well architected infrastructure in place to be able to build your business the right way. I've been doing this specifically in the HVAC industry for over 8 years now, and most of the time, I'll say the first speaking event that I did for HVAC was actually, it was almost 10 years ago, and I was a keynote speaker for a dealer conference, and I walked in and I was looking at, the agenda and everything was about product training. Everything was about product training, equipment and product, and I get that. However, it's a little difficult to need all of the equipment training if you don't have the consumer base to be able to provide the service or repair or installation or replacement. So I love the fact that these guys have really, really dedicated a tremendous amount of time and energy and funds to investing in you where you need it. And that's to help you grow your business and get current. Let's get up to today's standards. So we have literally a matter of seconds to allow a potential prospect or a consumer to create a feeling. It's this instant perception of who you are, and it happens in a matter of seconds. So if a consumer is doing their research on the information superhighway, the internet, and they happen to glance at your site, and then they glance at a competitor's site and another competitor's site, what is the consumer's feeling? They have instant access to any information they want. In a matter of a half a second, they can literally talk to their phone and ask Siri a question. I need a HVAC repair company in blank. Literally, we're talking about seconds. Siri, I need an HVAC or air conditioning repair company in Seattle, Washington.
Okay, give me a moment.
Boom.
Okay, I found this on the web for an HVAC or air conditioning repair company in Seattle, Washington.
Literally, consumers have all of the information they need in a matter of seconds and can do comparative shopping based on your site, your competitor's sites, and what other people say about you, which matters the most. So if somebody was to do that search, are you on the list? If I'm on my watch and I'm wearing my Apple Watch, the list is really short. Only 3 results show up in the little tiny 1 inch by 1 inch screen. If I have my Apple iPhone and I've got the biggest one there is, I had 6 results show up. Top 6. Are you there? If I did a search on the internet, and I actually typed it into my computer on my tablet, and there's 10 organic spots available, a couple Google business listings, and a handful of pay-per-click ads. Where are you positioned if they are typing in that query? And when they get there, how do they feel? Do they feel like you're professional? Do they feel like you're experienced? Do they feel like you're going to provide the best of the best? I'll tell you what, guys, I know you know this. Purchasing an air conditioning system or a heating system, that's not an inexpensive investment. That's not cheap. So if we are going to position ourselves to sell a product that may be 10 or 12 or 16 or $25,000, what does a consumer expect to see as far as your website goes, your reviews, and your positioning online, your social media and local listings and so forth? What do they expect to see in order to make that kind of an investment decision? And it's got to be comparative. I don't think we can sell a $16,000 piece of equipment to everyone with a $12 website. So that being said, it's just something to think about, and I'm using drastic examples, but it's definitely something to think about. Your website, essentially, it's got to be your biggest sales presentation. I mean, this is, well, I'm sure you've had salespeople or you're doing sales yourself, and if you were going out on your biggest sales presentation ever, what advice would you give yourself, or what advice would you give your best salesperson? What would you want them to know? What would you want them to look like? What would you want them to say? Your website has to have the exact same, if not more, stringent requirements as far as how you want it to look, what you want it to say, how you want it to present who you are as a company, because quite frankly, your website should be out there working for you while your salespeople are sleeping and taking vacations and playing hooky, calling in sick tomorrow. So that should be your greatest asset. So you got to take care of your own home first. A lot of times I see companies that are investing in all different kinds of third-party solutions first. They're investing in Home Advisor, they're investing in Angie's List, but they haven't taken care of their own home. Problem is, if somebody sees you on Home Advisor or Angie's List and boom, they go to your website and they're instantly disappointed, could be a missed opportunity and you would never know about it. So take care of your home first. Custom dealer website, you guys, these sites, I'm going to show you some examples actually, because I want to give you just some ideas about what you should feel or hear. This is one that's in development right now. Not done yet, not live yet, but in development. So you notice when you come here, the very first thing out of the gate, I know who they are, I know what they do, I know where they do it, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and if I let the slide go, I have over 10 ways to make contact or reach out to this particular company right out of the gate before I have even moved. So, same thing here. As soon as I get here, I know who they are, I know what they do, I know where they do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 call to actions to try and move them forward. Next, same thing, who they are, what they do, where they do it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 call to actions. Little things like having your phone number as a click to call, being able to tap on a number and have it instantly call. These are things that are really important to make sure your sites have included in them. The life cycle of any website, you guys, is less than 18 to 24 months. So if you've got a website that's older than 18 to 24 months, it's definitely outdated. We have a program called the Refresh Plan where you get a brand new website I've got people that are getting one every year, every 12 months. I have some that are on every 24 months. So as their business changes, as technology changes, as devices change, as Google's requirements change, as people and consumers process of evaluating a website changes, their website changes with it. Things to avoid. You want to be really careful about making risky decisions, investing in temporary things, gambling with your money, or putting the majority of your investments in things that are one and done. I.e., if I do a big mailer, I spend $1,000 on a mailer, what do I have when it's done? Absolutely zip, zero, zilch. If you are spending money on these items, especially prior to taking care of your home, your own house, your own website, then you absolutely could be burning and churning through cash. You want to be careful of things like Yelp and Yodel. When they Yelp, well, that's a long story. Yodel, for example, they build you a website. You don't own the website. You don't own the domain name. Worst of all, they put a phone number that they own, and if you ever cancel, they reassign it to your competitor down the street. So be very careful with these things. We're going to talk about assets. What are assets? What are the most valuable things that you have? We're looking for investments. With your money, you want to spend or invest in things that are permanent, compounding, assets that are leveraged over time. So if I invest $1 into video today, for example, or into a graphic that is a customer testimonial or review, and I post it on my website, how long does it last, and what's the value of it a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now? So remember, when you're prioritizing your investments, we want to invest in things that provide compounding assets, compounding results. So at this time, the challenge is that you guys are faced with thinking that has been implanted into your head of how things have been done in the past. It could be your father, your grandfather, it could be the guys you met at the last dealer conference, it could be your old manufacturer who gave you insights and told you should be doing X, Y, and Z. I promise you, we're in a new world, and your thinking has to change. If you change your thinking, you can absolutely change your results. Time is money, and the longer it takes you to get your house in order, to put these things in place, to get started on the right path, the more difficult it's going to be, because it's only getting more complex. There's new social media sites coming out. New technology is coming out. Pretty soon you're going to have computers that are embedded in walls of refrigerators. And, I was at the Omni in downtown, and sure enough, there's a giant computer screen right in my bathroom window. So it's not going to get any easier. It's not going to get lighter. People are all of a sudden not going to go back to checking their mail and not just going straight to the trash. They are actually, as a consumer, going to become more efficient. And as a business owner, we have to meet them there. So change your thinking, change your results. Time is money. The longer you take to make these kind of changes in your business, the further behind you get, the more competitors that are going to be out there doing the right things first, and the more resources you're going to have to put into being able to catch up. So you want to be very careful. There's no such thing as standing still. We're either dying or growing. We got to pick one. So I talked a little bit about leverage results. Again, this is evaluating investments. Depending on your status with Ferguson, Air Cooled, and Day and Night, what kind of dealer you are, what your commitment levels are, and so forth, there's different programs that are available. I highly recommend that you get with your sales rep to evaluate what kind of programs you guys may qualify for now. And some of these things may be already set up and ripping and ready to go for you guys to be able to start participating in right away. And some of you may have to work towards it. But we can put together a program that's going to allow you to be able to get to a position where you can participate and make sure that we prioritize these things, these marketing activities, so that they're done in the right order. We're really, really looking for things that are permanent, provide compounding results. It's no different than if you were investing your money with the financial planner. You'd want the exact same thing. Marketing should be the same. Some of you have heard of search engine optimization. So when I just asked Siri on my phone, I asked Siri to provide me with reference to recommendations for HVAC repair companies, air conditioning repair companies in Seattle, Washington. It gave me some results. Those results showed up because those websites had the best rankings for search engine optimization, which is your page rank on organic results on Google and Yahoo and Bing and so forth. That being said, There are thousands of things that have to be perfect regarding your website. Let's say all of those things are correct. You're meeting all of Google Webmaster's requirements. The technology you have is sound. Your coding is sound. Your text to code is sound. You're following all of these things. Now, what Google cares about and what search engine optimization boils down to is, one, are you relevant? That is the labeling of the content on your pages. If you're using generic or junk drawer type labels such as FAQ, our services, cooling, these are junk drawer pages that are not going to help you get found for literal relevant searches. AC repair in blank, air conditioner repair in blank, air conditioning repair in blank, AC installation in blank, AC repair in blank, AC maintenance blank, and so forth. I can keep going. All right. The next one is, are you current? If you stop talking, you stop selling. Same thing happens online. If your competitors are more current, they're posting more relevant blog content or content, if they're communicating, which on a website, it's in the form of text or video or audio, new content. If they are more current, then it's very likely you will get trumped and they are going to show up ahead of you. The third thing is, are you trusted? This is third-party endorsements. This is in the form of social media, local listings, backlinks from article posting on third-party websites. I know this stuff is it seems overwhelming. It's like staring at this, big whiteboard and there's 5,000 circles on it and nothing is touching. I'm using all this language that is this is not your game. You need to know enough about this to make good decisions, to have reasonable and accurate expectations, and to avoid getting burned. Most importantly, you got to be able to ask good questions and so forth. So as you attend these webinars, as you attend the webinar series, every time you attend, you're going to learn something else. And these circles, they're going to start connecting, and they're going to start connecting and connecting. And over time, you guys, this stuff is going to start making sense. And you guys, the difference in your results when this does make sense, when you understand the connectivity between your website, a local directory, a local listing, a social media site, and so forth, when those things really start coming together, the name of the game changes. You guys, the great part is the internet levels the playing field. It allows a small business to compete with a big business in a big way, and even outperform them, which we have done multiple times. So we've got to be able to drive results. The more places that you rank on page one, more results you get. The biggest thing is leverage progression essentially starts with doing more of what works. So we've got to get you to the point where you get over the fear of being burned. I understand that. I have heard hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of stories about all of the negative experiences that HVAC companies have had with digital marketing agencies, advertising agencies, and so forth. I absolutely get it. We've been selected as the preferred digital marketing agency in this industry for a reason, because we know digital marketing, because we are entrepreneurs ourselves. We have built, bought, sold multiple companies in multiple industries, and most importantly, because we know HVAC, we know your industry and all the little nuances, your seasonalities, different products, the way consumers shop. We've done consumer focus groups. We know what they want. It's changing. And we have to keep changing, so we're not going to stay where we are. But being able to identify what works and do more of it. If you know that if you spend $30 on this particular widget and that widget provides you with X amount of leads, and those X amount of leads, you're able to improve your conversions and get X amount of new customers from it, which produces X amount of money, it should turn into a mathematical equation that easily allows you to be able to identify where you want to invest and what it's going to produce, and to gain the ROIs and the profits that you guys are looking for. So having a what's next mindset, I had a company reached out and they said, so who's your ideal client? How big are they? How many techs do they have? How many trucks do they have? How many cities do they operate in? It has nothing to do with that. I could care less. It could be a one-person company just right out of the gate. They can have a fleet of 100 trucks. It doesn't matter to me. What does matter is, how do they think? Do they have a positive, proactive, what's next mindset or what's next mindset? Or are they stagnant, or do they require, pushing and prodding and pulling, or do they wake up on the wrong side of the bed every day? So I love progressive people, ones that are like, all right, got it. That made sense. What's next? That made sense. What's next? With you guys, it's getting over the hurdle, and the hurdle is getting started. Number one, putting your foot in the water. And number two, it's building confidence. And that comes from experience and results, and you guys getting to know the team and getting to know what to expect and seeing the results, and being able to actually physically measure what's happening. And then you guys can switch gears and get into that what's next mindset, which is what our quarterly strategy sessions are for. And you'll be able to see and realize significant changes then. So how can we help? You guys, this is really simple. A few things you can do. The first thing is contact your sales rep, okay, and have a conversation with them. Tell them you attended this webinar. It was a great webinar. I'm just kidding. And you're interested in continuing to attend, so keep coming to the dealer trainings. You will learn more and more and more. Next thing is sign up for a strategy session. Get your sales rep and our team on the phone. We will go through a strategy session and evaluation. Your account representative inside CI Web Group, who you'll be talking with initially, her name is Ann Powers. She is absolutely amazing. Coolest personality on the planet. She's based out of Florida. I'm in Seattle, so we've kind of got the whole states covered. But Ann Powers and her husband have owned and operated a HVAC company for over a decade. Very successful. They know the HVAC industry inside and out to the nth degree. They are technical experts. In addition, they were customers of ours. I think they were one of the first customers we had in the HVAC industry. So she knows our systems, our processes, our team. She knows what to expect. She knows this industry and your industry inside and out. And she's able to do a very, very amazing job at helping you evaluate where are you, where do you want to go, what do you currently have, what are you missing, and how are we going to get you there. So I highly recommend that you guys set that up. She'll be evaluating everything from strategically, where do you want to go, what do you have, and so forth, content, website, branding, video, socials, SEO, email, CRM, local, and so forth, pay-per-click, and really trying to help you prioritize those things so we can get you moving in the right direction. That's who your strategy session will be. You just need to touch base. You guys, you got a couple ways to go through life. I love this picture. This is on the right-hand side. This is our son, Terrell. He's 17. He was a little younger in this, and this is my father. We were in Vegas, and these guys got on this ride. I think it was New York or something like that. And they both were scared out of their wits, but one of them chose to respond differently, right? One of them chose. You have a couple ways to go through life. It's a decision. It's a decision to choose how you're going to feel about this process. If right out of the gate you're going to feel threatened or scared or nervous, that's going to produce a certain result. If out of the gate you're going to feel optimistic and excited and powerful and strong, and you're going to go through this and you're going to see a totally different result, that's going to produce a different result. So I just encourage you guys, try and brush your fear off your shoulder. Try and brush past experiences you may have had off your shoulder, and let's do this, and let's do this right, and get you guys going in the right direction. We need to cover offensively, what actions do you need to take? Defensively, what actions do we need to change? We can't change time. So whatever you've already done or however long you've already waited, I can't fix that. We can only leverage what we have and start get moving in the right direction. The whole point of this is we got to figure out how to leverage technology to convert time to cash, both operationally as well as marketing. Get rid of those manually ineffective processes. Get into things that are going to help you increase lead gen, customer referrals, upsells to existing clients, retention, as well as improve operations. We have a saying that my business coach has taught me. Tony Jerry is a coach to the top 500 CEOs in the world, and he goes by strategic acceleration. Without clarity, you cannot focus. Without focus, you cannot execute. Without execution, you cannot win. So first, we've got to get real clear on exactly what our goals are and how we're going to get there. Secondly, we have to focus on only those things that are going to help us accomplish that goal. Third, we need to execute, and we need to measure those results and continue to improve those over time based on data. That being said, you guys, there's so much on here. The easiest way to get rolling is jump on Ferguson BDC, as in Business Development Center, fergusonbdc.com. In the lower right-hand corner, there's a link that says, let's talk, schedule now. You're going to book a meeting. This is a pre-strategy meeting with Ann Powers, and let your sales rep know you guys are going to set those appointments, and let's get you rocking and rolling. Other than that, continue to register for the webinars. You guys can register. Let me show you where to register at real quick. So if you go to fergusonbdc.com to register for training, click on training right here, scroll down, and you are going to register for live webinars. So we'll replace this webinar. The next webinar will come up. You'll be pre-registered for that. So make sure you're on the list. Make sure you register for live webinars. The great part is if you miss a webinar, but you're registered, you're always going to get a recording of it as well. So even if you can't attend live, don't worry about the dates and the times. Make sure you get on the list, you register, and you'll get a copy of the recorded training as soon as we're done as well. So again, that website is fergusonbdc.com. Click on schedule now, bottom right hand corner. You're going to sign up for a strategy session and pick a date and time, and let's get moving from there. With that, you guys, thank you so much for attending today. I really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you on the next webinar.